Welcome back. We're here for Skidmore's Giving Day. I'm Jamie Delsoin. Joining me now is Ian Barry, Dayton Director of the Francis Young Tang Teaching Museum and Art Gallery. During his career, he has organized over 90 museum exhibitions, including interdisciplinary exhibitions for the Tang that combine scientific equipment, Hudson River school landscapes, Rube Goldberg cartoons, and shaker furniture with new art from around the world. Ian is a leader in the field of college and of university museums and is a regular speaker on interdisciplinary and inventive curatorial practice and teaching museums. Welcome so much.
Thank you.
Who's here with you today?
Well, very happy to have Hannah Traore and May Cohan, two seniors who work with us in the museum and are doing projects next semester, and we have lots to tell you about what's happening at the museum.
That's great. We'd love to hear what's going on in the museum this semester.
Well, we just finished an amazingly jam-packed election season at the museum. The downstairs Wachenheim Gallery, the big gallery for those of you who've been at the museum, was filled with a new artwork by Mel Ziegler, an artist from Nashville, who hung from the ceiling 50 weathered American flags that he gathered, one from every state in the country. And we built a big stage and bleachers underneath, and that was a town square. It served as our stage to wrestle with all of the issues that came up during our wild election season. So we started in the summer, and as soon as the semester started, we had multiple events every week. A lot of our wonderful professors brought their classes. A lot of them brought guest speakers. Many participated in panel discussions. We had debate watching parties. I saw some of you guys. I saw you guys at debate watching parties, where we had as many as 350 students in the room watching everything unfold. And then we watched the returns together on election night. And it keeps going. How we're sorting out what happened on election night is still happening in the space. Last night we had a really fantastic lecture on trans issues in the workplace, and a pop-up course is meeting in the space called What Now? About sort of response and reaction to the new president. And so it's been an exciting time. It's been very exciting to see the museum now in its 16th year really fully come into its own as a place for the community to gather, not just to come and see a specific exhibition, but to come as a place to think of new ideas, to workshop, to really use the space as a laboratory with the artworks and the exhibitions we have up, but also to round out and explore things that people are doing in their classes, people are thinking about outside of class. Hannah, you came with an idea just this semester, which is going to turn into a project.
I did. I came to the Tang with the idea to curate a show that had to do with kind of my personal life and my experience growing up, because my dad is from West Africa. He's from Mali, and so I wanted to do a show that represented me and the art that I grew up with. And so I'm going to be curating a show on African textiles, which will also include art that's inspired by textile, fashion, traditional textile, contemporary textile. So I'm really excited about that.
And you're bringing in clubs and fashion and dance. Who's joining you maybe?
So I'm part of the STEP team on campus, and also I'm really good friends with the individual who's the head of the African Heritage Awareness Club. And so we thought that it'd be a really cool idea to bring some girls in and do a fashion show along with those clubs, possibly a step performance. There's an African dance group on campus as well, which, I mean, they're amazing. And so that would also be a really cool thing to have in the show.
This can be part of your senior project?
Yes, this is part of my senior thesis for art history. And so it's going to go along with writing and then as well, the show.
It's exciting for us at the museum because we try to be nimble as much as we can. Museums often program years in advance to get all of the artworks and the shipping and the loans and all of that together can take years. But an idea that a student might happen within that semester. And we're very lucky. We're very lucky at the museum that we have multiple spaces where we can have those big projects in some of the spaces and have a few other spaces in the museum where we can say yes to a student or a faculty member who has an idea that might be up just for a midterm exam or for a final class project or for a senior capstone. So we're really excited about how the museum works in that way. And I think that it makes possible projects that build on student ideas that without the museum, without its collections, without its staff, without the support that we can offer, really couldn't happen in the way they're going to happen. May, you thought about the Tang when you were thinking about choosing a college.
Yeah, it was a huge reason why I chose Skidmore, because I knew that I wanted to be an art history major, and I knew that I wanted to potentially work in some kind of the art world museum sphere. So the idea of coming to school and still being able to pursue kind of a career path as well, and not just study but also work, was really exciting to me. And I've been working at the Tang for 3 years now, which is crazy to think about. So it's been a really nice complement to my classes, because not only am I getting academic training, but I'm also getting a lot of practical skill building and really seeing how the curatorial process works and like every facet of it. And then it's helping my classes a lot, and there's a lot of communication between what I'm doing when I'm doing a research project for a class and writing a paper, and then also what I'm doing every day at the Tang, which is a lot of research.
Yeah, what have you been doing this semester?
This semester I've been working on 2 exhibition catalogs. So one we're about to be done with for an exhibition that was last fall. So a lot of copy editing and making sure all the pictures are right and all the nitty-gritty details on that. And it's going to be sent out to publish in a couple weeks. And then the other project I'm working on is a catalog. We're starting the catalog for an exhibition that's open right now. So that's gathering artists' biographies and learning more about the professors that collaborated with the Tang in order to curate the show, because it's very interdisciplinary. And yeah, getting together all the materials that we're going to need to put in the catalog and figuring out which photos we need. So it's a wide range of material gathering, but it's been really interesting.
These publications that we make at the museum are very, they're as much a platform of the exhibition. They're like a second exhibition. So when we make a catalog, we, as May said, we start with the ideas that built the exhibition, and we look at writers, we look at artworks, we look at the exhibition as a starting point. A lot of catalogs will come out, say, before the exhibition to be a guide, say, a guide while you're walking through the exhibition, or even a keepsake after you've visited an exhibition, almost like something to remember the project. We often publish our books after the exhibition and use the exhibition time as a research time. And we learn more about our subjects. We learn more, we find out more, we find things that maybe we couldn't include in the exhibition, but we can include in the exhibition catalog. And I think as many people know about our projects through our catalogs as they do visiting the space, and those catalogs live on and we hope become source books on these artists and ideas for years to come. One of the catalogs that May's been working on is of an alums project, Mark Allen, who lives in Los Angeles and has created this amazing laboratory think tank in a storefront called Machine Project. and he worked with our curator, Rachel Seligman, also a Skidmore alum. Two alums working together to make a fantastic exhibition. Did you see some of the things that were in that show? Did you participate in any?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I was a part of the water.
Oh,
Went around. I was in a
Adam
class,
Tinkle.
yeah, with Adam Tinkle, and we worked with one of the artists that was coming in to visit, and we went around and visited all of the mineral springs throughout Saratoga Springs and kind of tried to figure out the significance of the springs to the place, and created this interactive performance where we took samples of the water and people washed their hands in the water, and then we had synchronized tastings with the sounds that we had recorded from the springs. So it was very multi-sensorial.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was so
Sounds
fun. It was
fascinating.
really
And
interesting.
not always tasty.
Yeah, no, some of the waters do not taste or smell good, but it had a lot of health benefits.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to learn about that.
Chris Kellmeyer was
Yes.
here for that. A really fantastic artist who's part of Machine Project. And I mean, what an amazing experience to not only learn about our location, do something very specific to Saratoga Springs with these artists who are coming from Los Angeles, with our fantastic professor, and create something that you all made wholly collaboratively.
Yeah.
It was a great event, and that was just one of many that project inspired. And it'll be documented in this book, and we hope, and all of the activities of Machine Project will be documented in this book. It will come out this spring, and it's in a long line of publications that we hope really last.
That's fantastic. The Tang is such an amazing resource for the campus and students and everyone that comes to visit. What would you say, how do you benefit from the donor support that the college receives through the Tang?
Phenomenal. I mean, we couldn't do anything without the support we get from the many hundreds of people that give to the college and specifically to the museum. It's expensive to do some of these projects, and we're bringing in some of the best people from all over the world. We're supporting our faculty with research support and publication and exhibition. We're also collecting objects. So all of these exhibitions add to our collection. That collection is getting more and more and more used by classes. We just received a fantastic Mellon Foundation grant, which brought in a new registrar to help digitize our collection and get that collection searchable online so that everyone across the world will be able to see what's in our collection. So yeah, the support is critical to make all of this happen. You know, Hannah's exhibition will be supported by some gift funds from some parents who gave some money for student curated projects a few years ago. The projects the publications that May is working on are supported by Mellon and other foundations and our National Advisory Council, which is a group of donors, many of them who are alums, who are really excited about what's happening at the museum and have interests in different ways that we're operating. It's critical. It's how we operate.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. It was such a pleasure having you and hearing more about the Tang and more about what you both are doing. Best of luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. We'll be back soon.